Hey, welcome to the Neversink farm. It's summer in the vegetable field, and I'm standing in a carrot block. So you can see we're doing successions here. And I think one problem people have is germinate. I know I have problems germinating. I don't think there's a time where we're not worried about it. And one of the things we do that's really important is watering. Don't use drip. Use I think wobblers are the best because wobblers give a nice even watering. They're one of the most even when it comes to distribution. And that's what you want. And you want to be able to water every day, unless it's raining. But watering every day. Until they germinate, and it could take 10 to 14 days. We will flame it probably after like the 6th day because you're not going to hurt any carrots. When you flame after you seed, the seed can't be affected because it's under the soil. Even if it's a 1/4 inch under the soil, you can't hurt it. That's what's great about a flame weeder is it's only going to kill things above the soil. So it's not going to hurt your soil life, it's not going to hurt seeds, and it's also not going to kill mature weeds that grow from roots because it can't kill the roots. Flaming carrots, very important because they take so long to germinate. That's not a bad thing. It can be a bad thing if you don't flame because that gives so much time for the other weeds to compete with the carrots. But it's an advantage really if you're flaming because now you get all this time to get rid of any weeds. Because you're watering every day, right? You're just making this perfect germination environment. All those little weeds are going to germinate and they're going to do it before the carrots. Perfect. You can flame them off. So key watering, key flaming, and then always succession. And probably start more than you need because you can always store carrots for a very long time. And if you have any problem, at least you'll have extras just in case it doesn't work. So that's what we do. We always try to grow extras. The other thing is below ground, you don't really want rocks. You want to fork deeply. It's one of the only places we fork anymore. We don't really fork the rest of the farm. Those days are kind of gone. The soil has so much compost and organic matter in it that it doesn't really need to be aerated. So we fork the carrots to make sure there's no rocks, right? If we hit any rocks, we take them out. And we just want it nice and soft for the carrots to send out that first root and get a nice straight carrot. And hopefully I pull one out that's nice so I'm not talking out my ass. So, yeah, perfect, right? A little twist in it, but these will have another 10 days until they'll be big enough, and then, yeah, they'll be perfect. But, you know, that's what we're going for, and so it's important. And when you fork, you know, there's so many broad forks. I know, there's just tons of broad forks. And after, you know, so many years of using them, the important thing when it comes to aerating the soil is large, round tines. Those slicing ones, those broad forks that slice the soil, their blades, the reason why companies use those blades is because it's the cheapest, easiest way to make a tine that doesn't bend. It's the only reason. It's not out of function because it's better to use in your soil. I only discovered that after, you know, I started making tools, that's the reason why, but that's the sole reason. There's no other reason to make a broad fork with a blade. Okay, that's a little side note, right? So get yourself a good broad fork, round tines, so that you can make sure there's no rocks. That's how you'll get straight carrots. Because you know at the market, people are, you know, they don't like the forked carrots, the stubby carrots. They always want, even though we know they taste the same, they just want a pretty carrot, right? Yeah, so harvesting, good tip about that is get them down to the wash station quick. The dirt's gonna come off really easily if you get them into the water and get them under your bunch washer quickly, or get them in your tank quickly, however you're doing it. Otherwise that dirt's going to stay on there forever. And the last tip is storage, right? You know, if your ones with the tops don't sell, you know, your fresh looking ones, always just take the tops off as soon as you get back from market, and then start bagging them up and save them in the cold room for, you know, a market you may be low on, right? Because sometimes you may not have carrots fresh. Just grab the bagged ones because you always need them on the table. Anyway, I hope something helped, and till next time.